Okay. Good evening, everybody. Obviously, incredibly disappointing day yesterday in Raleigh. Again, congratulations to NC State. Incredibly difficult loss. Double overtime, but proud of the effort, proud of the will to win, and how they just kind of hung in there. Obviously, we really played poor in some areas and a lot of issues, but we still had a chance to win, and that's a credit to our players and their will to win. And they never quit, never gave up, and so really proud of that. But that's two losses now away from Clemson here, and both games. A few inches away, a couple plays, and we've got to learn how to win those games and to overcome. But biggest thing, just really poor discipline with 13 penalties, and we got a hurting team. We got a lot of guys beat up, but at the end of the day. You coach this game long enough, you play it long enough, you're gonna have some hardship, and that's where we are. We've got to learn, and we got to teach them how to win. My life has taught me that great things come from adversity and challenges along the way. And I don't. It's those things that shape us and grow us, and I don't have any doubt. This team is made of the right stuff and will respond. Again, just really disappointed, where we are in our start. But, we've been here before. We've had a lot of success, a lot of great moments, and our best moments are still out in front of us. We've got a lot more great moments ahead. But, our program was built through and from adversity, over the last 12 years or so. So we've been here before. We started out 2-3 in 2009 and played for the championship. 6 wins in 10. And, we started out 8-0 in 11 and then lost 4 out of 6 and gave up 70 in a bowl game. In 2013, we got killed by Florida State, lost 5 in a row to South Carolina. So we've had a lot of adversity over the years. And then in 2014 even, we started off 1-2, lost at Georgia, lost in overtime there at Florida State, and started out 1-2 and rallied and had a heck of a finish. And that's really what we have to focus on at this point. The season's not over in September. We've just always stayed the course. And again, after starting 1-2 in 14, we went on a 5-year run, unprecedented in college football. And again, just continuing to learn and grow. And but we're in a spot right now that we haven't been in a while. But just like always, we'll respond. And we get back to the basics and fundamentals of what we do. And again, just know that this is part of it. We got some areas where we're not playing very well. We got some youth in some areas. We got some injuries, and that's just all part of this game. But hey, God He doesn't promise us that we're not going to have adversity in our life. He just promises that He'll go through it with us. And again, we're all hurting, but we've got to learn, own our mistakes, keep our head up, keep the faith, and just don't lose our identity in a bad moment. And that's what this is, a bad moment. But I also know from my life that all things work together for good. I know that too. And, so this is, again, a tough spot to be in, but this might be one of the greatest opportunities that we've had in quite a while to lead and teach our young men a lot. And so that's my focus. Again, just circle the wagons, rally everybody up. And, this story ain't over, man. We got a long season ahead, and our focus is just trying to win a game this week and see if we can get some guys back and keep going. Injury front, obviously, Brzee tore his ACL. We did get some great news on Will Shipley. He did not tear his ACL, so he will be back, somewhere in the next few weeks. So that's a huge plus for us. We were not optimistic there, but But we got, again, some guys beat up from the game, but hopefully everybody will be able to go this week and get back at it. But disappointed, incredibly disappointed, where we are, but really, really proud of the effort and the will to win of our team. And, we can keep that type of effort and just fight. We'll get this thing turned. There's no doubt about it for me. So, again, congratulations to NC State and a hard-fought victory. And with that, I'll take you guys' questions.
Dabo, Larry, can we get maybe a little more clarity on Shipley? I guess it was his knee, and you said a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was kind of his more kind of like his shin, tibial area or something. But he'll probably be on crutches here for a couple weeks, and then kind of work back in after that as far as just his rehab and all that. So could be 3 weeks, could be 4 weeks. I'm not really sure, but all I know is he's going to be back at some point, which is a huge positive because we kind of were expecting the worst there.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor from – sorry.
Yeah, but I was just going to ask, do you have any update on Skowski and how he is?
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
Coach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. The defense has been so disciplined this season. You go all the way back to that first scrimmage, didn't have any defensive penalties. They jumped off sides those 2 times, both on third down on that first touchdown drive for NC State. Was that probably the biggest anomaly or surprise to you in that game?
Yeah, it was just really disappointing. We had some critical penalties, a couple of them that, just kind of went against us that just was frustrating. But, the discipline penalties, killed us in extended drives because that obviously was, we couldn't get them off the field. They weren't getting a lot of points, but they were staying on the field with a lot of third down conversions and just wearing us down because we couldn't get off. And then offensively, we weren't staying on, and kind of a double-edged sword there. But again, our guys battled through it. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like every time it was 7 or 8 yards, they were hard counting us and we were jumping, even on 4th and 3. And that's just not, and it just, just sometimes I think guys are in the moment and they're trying to do too much, and very, very disappointed with that for sure. And that was, again, led to them being able to really be efficient and keep the chains moving and convert on 3rd and shorts as opposed to 3rd and longs.
Coach, Coach Fred Davis did not play yesterday. Was that a discipline thing for him?
No, he rolled his ankle on Thursday and couldn't go. So hopefully, we're hoping he'll be back this week.
Okay, thanks.
Dabo, this is Grace from The Athletic. You said several times this season and again tonight that effort and buy-in, you've been very pleased with both of those and that they haven't been issues. I guess outside of those 2 things, what gives you confidence that this offense can kind of fix these issues?
Well, that's where it starts. And again, when you got good people that care, and it's important to them, then you're gonna, and you got talented people, then you can get it turned around. And they're just a bunch right now that's not playing with a lot of confidence, and fundamentals are not anywhere what they need to be, and that's nobody's fault but mine. It's all my responsibility. So, but we got great kids. We got a bunch of good people, and again, that care. It's important to them. They're passionate about it. I mean, to even be in a game like that and have a chance to win, again, they just never quit. They're all the way to the end. I mean, again, and they made a couple of plays inches, and we missed a couple of plays by inches, and that's a difference in a game like that. Same thing in the Georgia game, So that's where we are. And again, we've been here before. I understand that everybody's disappointed. You best believe nobody's more disappointed than the people on this team and on this staff. Again, everything in our past is teaches us, for the future and prepares us for the future. And we've been here. It's not like we've been a program that's never had any adversity and everything's been always perfect. We've had some incredible moments along the way, but we've always, stayed the course and built our program. And this program is built on rock. It's built the right way, and we'll respond. And we're not immune to having bad moments. We're not immune to. We're not entitled to win the league. We're not entitled to go to the playoff and all those type of things. And again, we got a talented team, and we're not where we thought we would be right now. And there's not anything we can do about that other than just keep grinding, keep working, and that's what we're going to do. It's what I've always done. There's no quit. There's no give up. We're going back to work this week, and we're going to try to circle wagons and see if we can just win a game. Just win a game this week and go from there.
Hey, Dabo, Alex Dodd from the Clemson Insider. You mentioned that adversity in 2014 and some of the adversity you've been through as a program. What's your messaging to maybe some of those older players in your locker room who haven't experienced that type of adversity, especially this early in their college career?
Yeah, well, that's what I said earlier. It's a great – sometimes, you have a better opportunity to teach and lead these young men in a moment like this. We haven't had many of these opportunities, haven't had many of these moments. We love them, we teach them, we pick them up, and it's not always going to be perfect. That's why you got to enjoy that's why I always make a big deal about any game that we win. It's a big deal. And, all these great seasons that we've had for a long, long time, I never take them for granted. And, but again, all that we've been through since 2009, gives me great confidence because we're a whole different program than we were in 2009. But we've been here before. We've been in this exact same spot. Again, it's been a while, all the way back to 2014, to start out 1-2, and this obviously we're 2-2, but the same type of disappointment, the same type of pain. We had our best player got hurt that year. We've got several players hurt this year, but that group responded, and this group will respond as well.
Dabo, you said that hello?
Nope.
Sorry. Dabo, you said that I think it was like a week and a half ago maybe, you said that the offensive issues were purely execution related. I'm just curious now, do you feel like do you feel like you need to take a deeper look at the scheme or play calling, or you think that's fine?
Oh, I think we look at everything when you're struggling and not doing well, but our number one problem is execution. There's no question about that. We're just fundamentally not getting it done where we need to, and we're certainly, it's a combination of all those things, but I got to get them better. We should be better than what we're playing, and it's my job to make sure we get it done and improve. And we've got, again, a lot of new pieces, and some guys not playing as well as they're capable of, or missed assignment here or there, just sync and rhythm and all those type of things. We just haven't been able to get that in any form or fashion. But it's a combination of everything. We all got to do a better job.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood with TigerNet. Kind of piggybacking off of that question, I know that you touched on it a little bit last night with the RG3 comments, but, obviously everybody across the country today, taking their own shots and kind of criticizing Tony Elliott and calling the play calling vanilla, and there's no creativity, that, hey, Dabo should replace Tony Elliott for a game or two, et cetera, et cetera. How do you respond to those criticisms? And what is your thought process on the play calling?
Well, I can tell you this: there's nobody that I believe in more trust or respect than Tony Elliott. This guy didn't just forget football. That's for sure. Just like when we had some bad moments on defense, with a little bit of youth and things like that over the last couple of years. I say the same thing about Brent. Tony Elliott is he's special. He's special, and I'm not really concerned what other people think. To be quite honest with you, I'm here every day. I know who the people are that are involved. I know what the issues are, and it's disappointing. But you don't judge somebody on. We've been really, really, really good offensively here for a long time, and I think people are quick to forget that. This has been a tough start for sure, but again, we got a lot of pain, but there's purpose in the pain, and we'll get better from it. People can splinter or stay together, and I'd say tough times brings out the best in some people and the worst in others, and you kind of find out who's with you. It's easy to be all in when everything's great, but we got to persevere through this. But there's nobody, and I mean nobody, that I believe in more than Tony. So that's really the biggest thing I can say. He's a brilliant man. He's a brilliant coach.
Hey, Dabo, it's Alexis from the state. With Will out for a little bit and then Brian out, with an ACL deal, I guess what's kind of those two groups looking like right now in terms of depth and, some of those guys stepping up?
Yeah. Well, we got what we got. Tyler's out as well, so our two best guys there are out, but thankful that we got a little bit of depth. And Rook has played well for us. Trey Williams, is still learning, but he's made some plays for us. ET got in there and was active, did a solid job. Got Darnell, and eventually we'll get Kate Park back. And we even put Foster in there a little bit at 3 technique last night. So that's what we got in at running back. This just kind of changes the course for Maffa in the immediate here, and so Kobe and Wrench and Maffa and Mikey Dukes. So we still got 4 talented guys, and we got to find a way to get it done.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again.
Hey, Dabo, it's Phil Kornblut. You mentioned that it's easy to be all in when it's going well, and your fans have had a great ride with you. Would you expect that they will stay all in with you, or do you expect some to kind of, jump off the bandwagon, so to speak?
Oh, there'll be a bunch jump off the bandwagon, but I wouldn't say they were all in anyway. So, we the type of winning that we've had for a long time, it's everybody likes a winner, but again, it's there'll be some that certainly will judge us in this moment, and again, that's just a product of all the success that we've had here for a long, long time. And we all understand that we're not playing to anywhere near our capabilities or to the standard that we have set here. And nobody accepts that. But we also, have the right perspective and know where we are, know what we got to do, know where we're going. And again, you got to take the good with the bad. You got to take the good with the bad. And it's been a ton of good around here, man. I think we got the winningest road record in the country, and we've won a lot of games on the road, a lot of great moments, and that one didn't go well. And again, a hard-fought double overtime game, and had a chance to the end on a night where we just really was terrible in so many areas. But man, our guys kept fighting, and as long as you have that, you can get better, and we'll do that. But the majority of our fans, man, they're all in, and there's no doubt about that. And again, the season ain't over in September. Got a long way to go.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. Going back to the injuries at running back and D tackle, you've had 3 running backs transfer out. You had Niles Pinckney, Jordan Williams transfer out at defensive tackle. I'm just curious if the predicament that you're in now will give you a reason to reevaluate maybe your policy against bringing in transfers next year. Obviously, too late to do anything about that this season.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do. Those have nothing to do with our roster number. I mean, we were above our number at D tackle. You know, I mean, we were above our number. You know, we have a number at every position, and above our number at running back. Our number's 5. You know, we're not going to have 10 running backs on scholarship here. That's not. You can't do anything about injuries. You know, we have a number at every position, and that's how we manage the roster and recruit to. But, you know, because every scholarship counts. And, again, all those guys were replaced from a numbers standpoint. So, you know, it's just unfortunate that we've had some injuries. But everybody has that. And you know, you take what you got and see if you can go beat the other team with it.
Hey, Coach, this is Todd Shaughnessy in Greenville. Just wonder what kind of timetable that Brzee is dealing with now and how he was holding up emotionally.
Oh, he's great. You know, I think Brian's got great perspective. His sister's been battling cancer for a while now, and since last spring, and I think that's given him a great perspective on you know, his situation. And you know, we'll have the ACL surgery, and he's actually going to clean up some stuff on his shoulder too while we're at it. Something we were going to probably do after the season. So, but you know, get him back, and he's got plenty of time to get well. And you know, post spring, once we really start our off season stuff, he'll be, you know, our summer planning and all that. He'll be full go and ready to get back at it. It's unfortunate, but injuries happen in the game, and just be part of his journey and just appreciate him, his effort. I mean, what an unbelievable player he is. And, I mean, just incredible leader. And don't have any doubt when we get him back out there and see him again, he'll be better than ever.
Dabo, one of the things that was maybe overshadowed in the offseason is you mentioning that the support staff turnover on offense. I think JP, the only guy coming back, and you brought that up, is something that was a, you know, not an easy thing, I guess, for the new guys to come in and pick up everything right away. Has that been an issue at all to you? Just the natural effects of that significant turnover with the support staff?
Well, it's always a transition, you know, when you're got a bunch of new people, but you know, those guys are great, very knowledgeable people who work their butts off and supporting the coaches. But you know, it's just, again, combination of a lot of things, and just have not been able to hit our stride in any form or fashion offensively. We got to be better. You know, we got obviously a new quarterback, several new pieces up front, new backs, and it just hasn't come together like we've worked for it to come together. But you know, there's no quit in this group, and we'll keep grinding.
Hey, Coach, piggybacking off that, just the rhythm of a play calling. You know, people think about players getting in rhythm, but when you have so few plays in the third quarter, I mean, how difficult is something like that for Coach Elliott to go through when you're just not getting a ton of snaps?
Yeah, it's very difficult and frustrating. And that, you know, it started in the Georgia game. We had 7 plays in the first quarter, and that definitely affected us in that game. You know, so especially when you got a bunch of new people, and so you know, it's frustrating, it's challenging, but you know, nothing we can do about it at this point other than just keep grinding, keep teaching, you know, keep growing these guys up, and you know, keep them progressing. At some point, it'll turn for us.
Hey, Coach, it's David. And you kind of started Paul Teo there at left guard, and I know Hunter Rayburn rotated in there some, and Tate. Did any of those guys stand out to you? Did anybody on the O-line, kind of make a mark? And then how do you, at this point in the year, get that group better?
Just keep working, go back to practice tomorrow and back to the fundamentals, back to the basics. T.O. Did okay. Rayburn got a few plays here or there. It's just something we're constantly evaluating and working on and just trying to find the right combination and just looking for consistency, just trying to get consistency in all those areas and not just in the OL, consistency at every position. We've got to get better for sure because it all goes together. And, how we fix it is we keep fighting, we keep grinding, we keep going at it. And, again, keep believing and doing everything we can to see if we can help them get better.
Dabo, this is Matt. Was there ever any thought this offseason of looking at the transfer portal for a more possibly an experienced offensive lineman to bring in and add some experience to that group?
No, there was nobody out there that we looked at.
Hey, Dabo, it's Anna with Clemson 24/7. Just to kind of piggyback on that, is that something that maybe you would evaluate your approach going forward? Not from a numbers standpoint so much like you touched on earlier, but just from an experience standpoint, looking to the transfer portal?
Well, we're always looking for the best player. And, the reason some of these guys left our program is because we had better guys that were starters for us and that were younger players. So we're always looking for, the very best player. And we like the guys that we've signed. We've got some youth. We've got some inexperience. Let me tell you, Marcus Tate and Dietrich got hurt. Marcus Tate, Dietrich Pennington, and Tristan. And those guys are going to be great players. And we'd sign them, all over again. Linthicum, it's going to be a great group. They're just young. So, I think there is a balance, at some point, depending on what happens. Anything, you're always evaluating everything that you do. But I think the biggest thing, it just depends on who's the best player and, how the transfer situation impacts programs. Again, we're not even a year into the transfer situation. So I think that's going to, force everybody to, because if guys leave in the spring, you can't sign high school kids in the spring. And, in college football, that's going to happen moving forward. There's no question. It happened last year. It's going to happen. It's going to happen moving forward because you can't. And so, again, it's just you're always evaluating, always trying to get better. And but you don't panic or flinch because you're having a bad moment. We're literally a couple plays away from being 4-0, albeit an ugly 4-0. It'd be a heck of a lot better than 2-2. We'll get better. We'll get better.
After looking at the tape, how would you kind of grade how DJ performed? A couple of really good drives there, and then a couple where it looked like maybe not helped by his receivers, a couple where he overthrew some guys. How would you grade that?
Yeah, just inconsistent. Did some really, really good things. Made some big, big throws, but missed a few plays. The first drive. We just get the ball to Shipley there. He's going to score. It's probably a 60-yard touchdown, and just was a little hot with the ball right there. He made the right decision, stepping up, but he made some big, big plays, some big ones, but just inconsistent. Just like everybody else out there. And that's where we all got to get better offensively.
Anything else for Coach?
Dabo, how did Justin hold up in there, moving inside?
Say that again. Oh, he did. Oh, you talking about Foster?
Yeah.
He did all right. He didn't obviously get a lot of work, but he can do it. He's a heavy-handed kid. And he's smart, really smart. So he might be an option for us, at least to give us a little bit of depth, as well as still helping us out at end.
Anything else?
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay.